Righto, everybody. Jason Burmis here. There was somebody who was knocking me on the bad attempt at a live stream that I just tried to do. Just so you guys know, wasn't doing broadcast today because I did my Rockfin exclusive, and then I've just been having some crazy tech issues with the mouse. I actually, out of nowhere, this is what fixed it. I don't even want to get into all of it because we have so much to cover. I'm not a tech genius, but I'm certainly not a royal hell-bent on controlling every single aspect of human life along with his cronies that think they know what's best for you. You get it? They know what's best for you. This guy right here, well, a lot of people want to tell me that Prince Charles has no power, that the royal family's a front. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. They just have a secret service that protects them. Murders just happen. Oh, I mean, car accidents just happen within the royal family. They sure have no influence over the media, right? So we shouldn't be alarmed when Prince Charles, he's really worried about climate change. All these people at the top, they're just so worried about climate change and the rest of us. Because every other aspect of society, they're so worried about the common folks. He's so worried about it that he wants to use the military. And let me tell you something right now. He ain't the only one, okay? And if you haven't gotten it yet, that this is the global takeover, right? Forget about just medical martial law via COVID-19 84, right? The climate, which is going to change, is going to affect all of us, and the draconian authoritarianism that we have allowed to spread all over the globe will not only continue, but increase over time. Now, not just because an invisible enemy, a virus, but nature itself will restrict what you can and cannot do according to your dark overlords. And we're going to play this clip. It's like 2 minutes long of him spouting off about this, but it is wild to me. It is wild to me that there has never been pushback against rule by bloodline and this, pageantry of, I don't know, ass clownery, jackassery. I mean, what is this? Oh, I have a crown on. I'm wearing a sash. They like to play dress up. Why have we put up with this? I'll never understand it, especially in 2020. All right, before we play the clip, I want to remind everybody, this is deemed harmful content by YouTube, or it might be, they haven't really told me. You see, it's all automated, or they just decide, oh, he's bad, put you in an algorithm, and we're 5.5 months demonetized now. So without your support, I couldn't be doing this. $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. Guys, my U-Haul to go to Iowa, it's going to cost me $1,000. It's going to cost me $1,000, maybe a little bit more. So I'm just saying, I'm working hard. I'm trying. Again, I would have been here earlier today, but the tech issues that somehow were solved with this, I don't know what to tell you. And by the way, it doesn't matter to me much, and we're going to do a whole video about this. But YouTube now is got a new algorithm to age restrict videos. I just got this in there, and I wonder who that's going to target. I just wonder who that might target. Guys, thumbs it up. Check out the documentary films in the playlist section. Make sure you're subscribed. They unsubscribe people all the time from the Burmis Brigade. And we actually did do a video before I did the tech stuff. Like I do at least one exclusive a week over there for free at Rockfin. It's Tuesdays at noon. But this platform is going to be my new platform, period. 11 to 1 p.m., 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I am going to be doing a live broadcast exclusively here for free. So make the free account, give them the info, make the free account, follow Jason Burmis, and then I'm going to take excerpts of that, and we're going to put that on YouTube. All right? And here's the thing. That's going to be more interactive. Might be a smaller audience at first, but I think we're even going to open up a phone line. I love talking to you guys in the chat. That's good stuff. But conversations are good too. We don't always have to keep it to like 140 characters. So, with all that being said, let's do it, and let's do it live. Let's hear what Prince Charles says about the environment and what we need to do about this.
Without swift and immediate action, at an unprecedented pace and scale, we will miss the window of opportunity to reset for a green-blue recovery.
Reset. You notice that's the theme of these billionaires and trillionaires and their minions? You notice how all these people have these talking points? They all just agree with one another. But, you know, there's no such thing as collusion, Jason. Especially at the upper echelons. I mean, come on. You are the kookiest of kooks.
And a more sustainable and inclusive future. In other words, the global pandemic is a wake-up call we simply cannot ignore. Having been at this now for, well...
And you haven't been at this, who cares about that? Let me just say this. I agree. This is a wake-up call. This guy, his family, okay, the minions surrounding them, the idea of rule by bloodline is an enemy of humanity. So yes, I hope this is waking people up. I hope that people in the United Kingdom and Europe in general reject royalty and look at this person not as some kind of buffoon that has no power, but as a sociopathic entity that cares not about you or his countrymen, but again, about building a transhumanist society for his bloodline and those that surround them. That's what he is.
Over 40 years, I have long observed that people tend not to act until there is a real crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, that crisis has been with us for far too many years. Decried, denigrated, and denied. It is now rapidly becoming a comprehensive catastrophe that will dwarf the impact of the coronavirus pandemic.
Dwarf the impact of the corona. This guy, it's gonna dwarf the impact. We're dwarfing the impact of this. Well, let me tell you something. The actual impact of this, okay, if we reopen society, if we held people like you accountable, if we didn't just print trillions of dollars or adds ones and zeros into accounts of your buddies and minions to bail them out as you gut the middle class, okay, there is no effect to this. There is none. People died. It sucked. It's real. I've said it was real from day one. But you know what else I said from day one? I said, you're going to want vitamin D. I said, you're going to want vitamin C. I said, you know what? They're using steroid treatments. And all that stuff, instead of we focus on, therapeutics and all that good stuff. No. It was fear, 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 vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. And now it's fear, 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 climate change, climate change, climate change. That's what this is. But it gets scary. This guy's not playing around. You see the thumbnail, guys? Take a look. Oh, look at all those nice... Oh, look at on my chest. I'm a tough guy. Oh, look at all my medals. Oh, I earned every one. Oh, yeah. You earned every one, Charles. Just like Andrew earned every one, bruh. Give me a break.
At this late stage, I can see no other way forward but to call for a Marshall-like plan for nature, people, and planet.
Marshall.
With the planetary emergency so critical.
By the way, a Marshall Plan, that's a military plan for those that don't get it. A military plan. All right? This guy's saying, let's bring in the military for climate change.
With the permafrost melting in Siberia, for instance, producing dire effects on global warming, And with the Pantanal in Brazil being consumed by unprecedented numbers of fires, we could no longer go on like this, as if there was no tomorrow and no ultimate reckoning for our abuse of nature. So, what do we do? Without doubt, we must now put ourselves on a warlike footing,
Oh!
approaching our action from the perspective of a military-style campaign.
Oh!
That way, working together, we can combat this most grave and urgent
Martial military campaign. Working together. Combat.
challenge. If we have the resolve to shift our trajectory,
Resolve.
we must start now by bringing forward our net zero target.
Net zero target. And this is that same carbon footprint, okay? Carbon tax, smart grid society control over every aspect of your life. That's all this is. This is next level authoritarianism to bring in, not only just the automation nation here, but globally, and then a transhumanist agenda for this guy's grandkids. That's the real deal. And Bill Gates echoing the same talking point. It's going to dwarf it. It could be worse. Hey, I'm wearing a sweater. I can't help but smile and look like a maniacal, supervillain while I talk about deaths of many people. And when I see a guy as old as Charles, right? And I look at that guy, and he's got it so much more together than the guy they're putting forward as the Democratic nominee. It's almost a relief that I get to go after a sociopath that can still think for himself and talk at a camera, but not really when I think how organized these people are and how much influence the royal family actually has over policies globally. And they're not the only ones. These cartels run throughout the world. Anybody telling you different doesn't understand it. You think that, the Saudi Arabian royal family is just a show? Come, give me a break. You don't think there's Israeli gangsters out there? You bet there are. You bet there are. And again, when you look at like the Israeli Mossad, right? And then you look at the United States and their corrupt CIA, NSA, they're just tools of the upper echelons in all those regions. But this guy, you got to remember, this robber baron class, this predator class, they've been around a long time. And they're bad news brown, folks. That's all I'm going to say about it. So if you enjoyed this content, which might be harmful, thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry about all the technical difficulties. Please consider supporting the Burmese Brigade. We only have, I think 8 more days or so, 1 more week or so left in this month. And again, at the end of the month, there's going to be a few days where I probably won't have anything but like car videos and on the road videos and maybe stuff from my phone. But hopefully the studio is going to look as good or better. I want to put up a secondary studio in my house for maybe some one-on-one podcasts, since I'm going to be like Militich's neighbor, basically, in Iowa. Not living next to him, but in an area where he could come over and do this. I'd love to premiere that with him in a nice setting and see if I can set that up as well. Sky's the limit, guys. Again, thank you for joining me. Check out the documentary films for free. Subscribe to the Burmese Brigade. Go to Rockfin. There was an exclusive video there on the Republicans. Make the free account right now. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip side.